Good morning. It's supposed to rain today. It's gone. The rain has come and left, and we got 1/100th of an inch, and we aren't getting any more, I don't think. It's possible, I suppose, but the humidity has been cut drastically today. It's only going to be a high of 80 instead of 90. It's going to be a much more pleasant, comfortable day. This morning, we're going to get the combine out. We need to hook up the head and run through some calibrations, make sure it's all good to go. Since our fuel pump is not working out there on our bulk tank, we're gonna fill it up right here. Use the fuel trailer. Good thing I filled that up before our pump quit. Anyway, I did order a new pump this morning, so we have a replacement coming. Hopefully, we'll be here. It's possible it comes tomorrow, but I doubt it. So, yeah, we'll just fill it up here for now. Fueling, juicing, like a boss. 230 gallons of fuel, however much DEF it took, and she's full. So we're gonna hook the head up right here in the driveway. We haven't actually run this combine since we took it out of the shop last winter after we had it all tore apart and everything, you know, so it's always a little bit nerve-wracking that first time you start it up. So we need to do that. We need to run the cutter bar in the head and make sure everything's going to work right, and then we need to perform some calibrations. So I'll kind of show you as we walk through there. We got to get the head unstrapped. Okay, the head is hooked up and on and all good. I've got the grain tank covers open. We're going to start up the threshing portion of the machine with the door open on low idle, and we're going to listen. Make sure everything sounds right. Sounds okay. We got some numbers. Speed it up a little. We got dust. Speed it up a little more. Smooth. Very smooth. That's nice. Okay, let's idle it back down. Let's run the head. Okay. A little faster. That didn't sound good. Something doesn't quite seem right on the cutter bar. I'm gonna get out and look, 'cause I don't like it. Those have to be tight. All right, we'll check some more stuff. I'm noticing a crack right here. That support for the snout. Wonder why. Keep an eye on that. Say something to the dealer. Okay, everything still look okay here. Check the bolts on the other side here, make sure those are tight. They look tight. Are they tight? Yeah, those are tight. Okay. All right, there's another thing that we need to do while we're out here. We have these feeler arms for header height sensing in rigid mode, which we will use for wheat, so we need to calibrate those, so we're going to put them down right now. Okay, let's try this again. Feels tighter, much better. Much better. Sounds better. High idle. Excellent. I think we're good here. All right, let's start running through some calibrations. All right, so we're running through some calibrations here. We're doing a mass flow vibration calibration right now, which is basically sensing the vibration so that the mass flow sensor that records our yields doesn't think that vibrations equal grain flowing through it. So you gotta have everything running, high idle, and it kind of does its thing and calibrates itself. We're just kind of going through the whole list here. This one should not take very long. Okay, I have been through all the calibrations on the combine side that I want to do. Obviously, we're not doing anything with yield right now. The active yield, I didn't do the amber flashers because I don't know why you need to calibrate your flashers, but whatever. But we do have some with the header that we need to do. Up and down, tilt, side to side, the real position, fair bit. So we're going to go through this list. Oh yeah, she's a bouncy. Success. I think we are good. The only other thing that I would like to do yet is to rearrange my run pages and layouts on the monitors, because now I have two screens, and so I want to get the information that I want on them. And yeah, we won't be flipping back and forth through pages as much, but we can see more information, so we're going to do that. All right, well, we're kind of in a standstill killing time mode a little bit here. Hoping that we can combine wheat later this afternoon. It's not super sunny today, but we might be able to give it a shot. So one of my chemical reps is here. He's following us and wants to look at some of my V5 fungicide trials. So we're going to go up to one of the fields where we did that with the two different products and see if we can notice any difference at this point. I somehow doubt it, but I do believe that it actually did make a difference. I just don't know that you'll be able to see it. So let's go take a look. I did bring the drone. We may or may not put it in the air.
I'm strong enough I can kick.
I don't know that I see any difference one side to the other. But this corn has grown tremendously, and it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, don't kick my corn.
Will it kill me?
No.
You guys see these little black dots?
I see one on this one.
I think that's tar spot. It does not rub off. It's not bird poop. Oh boy, here we go. I told you the last 3 days when it's been hot and humid that our corn was getting hammered with tar spot. And it's gonna get worse. Well, we're inspecting and looking at some of this stuff. There are some black specks on. Some of them rub off. They're not supposed to rub off if they're tar spot, but some of them don't unless you rub really hard, in which case you're kind of removing leaf tissue. And so it's tough to say whether that's tar spot or not, but I am highly suspicious. It also does look like we have some gray leaf spot coming. I'm trying to find a leaf that was showing a bunch of it to show you, but I don't see one right here. Could be some of that. There's been worse leaves I've found. Over here maybe. This looks like gray leaf spot to me. And there's our little tar spot probably right there. But I did pull apart a plant, found a tassel for you. We'll get to our plant dissection video here shortly, but yeah, they're progressing. Things are moving along. So right here, there's a big clearing, right? Because we have an electric pole that we had to plant around. You also have to spray around electric poles. And while this isn't perfectly clean, that's what our fields would look like if we didn't use herbicides. Dad didn't get that spot with the sprayer. You can see exactly where he stopped when his boom got up to the pole and he had to shut it off and back around. So
Dad.
That's, yeah. All right. We got back from looking at stuff, went and got some lunch and did what we needed to do, and now we're gonna ride the gator around for a little bit. We're actually gonna go back and check out our wheat field that's back here. We have 22 acres of wheat back there that should be ready to go pretty quick. Maybe we'll go combine some wheat this afternoon. The sun has started to come out. It's more clear than it was this morning. Look at them, thinking they're beating me. I'm trying to sample the wheat. It's drier than it was the other day. These are tiny little kernels. That's why our yield's not going to be great, I don't think. But actually, I think it's drier than what we had a couple days ago. Ooh, that one actually crunched. I think we might try it. I should probably take a real sample, but it's a lot easier to just bring the combine out here and make a pass through it. Put it in a truck, test it, see what it says. I think it's go time. Crunchy. I have made a decision. We're gonna go combine some wheat. We're gonna see what happens. So we're gonna start right here at the home farm. We're gonna drag the draper head back down the lane there where we've got some grass in an area to hook it up. We'll come back up and take the combine back and see how it goes, and then we'll get the cart down there. We've got to get the computer from my seed warehouse. I use it for seed treatment records, but we also use it in the grain shed for doing all of our records. So it'll take a little while to get everything going, but we're gonna try it.
They are.
That it's time to go feeling. Oh yes, let's do this. We took the bean head back there and parked it. We've got to move the 8R and the bean planter. We're gonna put this back in the barn because we were done with it. We're not putting the combine back in probably tonight. We'll see if we can tuck it in there out of the way best we can. And then we get the combine. And we go combine some wheat. You excited, Brayson? Yeah. All right, so we're in the combine. We're heading back there. I just created a setup file for wheat harvest with the variety locators attached to it. Hopefully that comes through on the wireless data transfer pretty quick. It takes a minute to create the file and then get it sent. But we got a few minutes to get the head hooked up. I want to go through my displays again, like I said, and it's always a little slow getting started. We got to make sure everything's set right. We got to get everything checked and make sure we're not throwing too much out. I think we're gonna have light kernels this year, which is gonna make getting a clean sample a bit challenging. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's awful starting, it's awful. Okay, so we've made it that far. The loss monitor shows them being sky high. The yield monitor is super low, but none of that really matters until we calibrate it. So we have to get out and check our windrows and see how many kernels we're throwing. Now, it is important to remember, we have a 40-foot draper, putting it all out into a narrow band here. A few kernels, actually a lot of kernels, is not the end of the world. It is by far not as bad as it will look. So I think it's something like 162 kernels per square foot is 1 bushel loss in wheat. Now I don't want to see that, but you got to remember you're going to have some kernels. It's okay. That looks like a lot though. Sky high losses. Yeah, that's not acceptable. Okay. I'm having a hard time getting the settings set because it wants to change them on its own, I think because of our cameras. But I don't know how to set it and dial it in order to teach the cameras how it needs to be, because I got to get it set right first, I feel like. So I don't know. I got some figuring to do. You guys, well, I'll check in a minute. Okay, we're settling in a little bit. I found a couple of things that were wrong. One, there's some little covers in front of the shoe augers that were open. That'll cause some loss, big time. So we closed that. We've made another round. There was, I was trying to figure out the combine advisor and it was setting it wrong. It wouldn't turn the threshing speed up over like 540 and it wanted to set it at 430. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And turns out we were in the wrong gear because it told me it should be set in position 1, so I put it in position 1, but that's slow speed. We want high speed for wheat. So we have made those 2 changes. We finished the round. We ran a little bit farther here. We are going to check our losses again and hope that they are a little bit better. We have to get it where we're happy and then run and tell it that we're happy with how it's doing, set a performance target, and then it'll sort of dial itself in from there. So we're gonna look. I can already tell this is better. Better, not perfect, but lots better. So we're kind of like 10 inches square, not a foot square, but okay. It's not horrible. We're gonna keep dialing. Keep trying to make it better. but we're well under a bushel loss here. All right, I feel better. Let's keep going. There's the view you've been looking for. We're still dialing, but we're gonna get running good, and we're gonna hit this set performance target, and then we'll worry about how do we reduce our losses more and clean up our sample. We're very chaffy. I don't like that. It takes a little time to get stuff dialed in here, but we will get there. Well, these two are having all kinds of fun here. All right, we're getting settled in. We've got that done, and you can see we've got a lot of red up there. We have no idea where we're at with the yield. Fortunately, we have a scale system that will help us dial that in. After we get this field done, we'll compare and we'll see how everything goes. But yeah, it's getting better according to our math. You know, this last pass was quite a bit better. I think once they get done with the ends and everything's good. I feel like my losses are getting better, so I'm happy with that. But we're gonna keep doing stuff. We're gonna do another round or another pass here and then get out and check and see how my settings are currently. And yeah, it does say we are averaging 15.5 moisture. I'll take 15.5 if we're anywhere close to that. That's good. Starting to feel like we're doing okay here. We've got things dialed in. Everything. I mean, obviously we still don't know about our yields. Honestly, they're not great. What it says in the 70s, average for the field is in the low 70s, but it's climbing. You can see we're definitely getting better. So I think it'll keep climbing here. We keep dialing everything in. I still occasionally get that spike in the yield loss. That's separator loss on the rotor. I don't like that, so we're going to try and keep making that better. But yeah, it's going okay, and we're still right around 15% moisture. That's fine. So we're gonna run this field off and get some trucks unloaded and see what it says. The farther we go across here, the better it gets, which is a good sign. If I push my speed at all, though, my loss monitor goes way up, so we got to keep her back down. We got to be able to dial that in better. I'm sure I'm gonna get this question, so we'll try and address it now. We have two sleeping boys. I'm trying not to let them fall. Anyway, cameras. So we added these combine and visor cameras. This is the one in the clean grain. It's showing the sample of the grain as it goes past, and pretty clear picture actually. That's not bad. But I'm not seeing the one for the tailings. So that makes me think I don't have something hooked up quite right. We're not quite how we're supposed to be, and I don't think they're doing anything. Honestly, I don't think they're working at all, because it doesn't seem to be. Like, none of this is any different than what it was when we didn't have any cameras. So I have put a call into the dealer to see if they can help me figure out what the heck's going on here. Like I said, our wheat is getting better. You look right here, we're in the 80s. It just said 90 a second ago. Right here's our current yield. I've also got it down here, 94, 91, 93. So some of this is pretty good. I am kind of flipping back and forth between Connect Mobile. I thought it would fill in the gaps, because it should pull that information off of the op center and fill that in. Not that it's a big deal, it doesn't really matter. But we've also got Agromatics Libra cart app on here, and so I can go over to that. We're too far away from the cart to show it right now, but when I get close, then it updates and I can see the totals on the cart, which is super handy. So we'll just keep both of these kind of flipping back and forth. It's nice to have. Oh, we found some good stuff in here. Running in the 90s. I saw 99. I haven't seen it hit 100 yet, but it's not all bad. So we're gonna be okay. The field average is almost up to 80. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting closer. Check this out. The balers are here. Well, one of the balers is here. We're gonna get started. I would love to get this field baled off and stuff. We were going to tile this field, so this is not one where we're going to plant double crop beans. The next one that we're heading to, though, is a potential double crop field, and I've asked them, you know, I don't care if they bale some here while we're still here, but as soon as we get into the other field, they need to follow us. So tomorrow they need to be baling there and not here. So, yeah. Yeah, so either this wheat's getting better or the combine's dialing itself in yield monitor wise, something, I don't know, but we're starting to see some triple digits here. This is good. This is very good. The field average is above 80. I'm getting happier. When we started and we were at 65, I'm like, oh, we're in trouble. But yeah, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. So the bales are very close together there. Can you guys see? Look at those bales stacked on top of each other. They're gonna have fun with these big 40-foot windrows. I hear he's gonna bale some stuff coming out of an X9 with a 50-foot draper on it. That'll be fun for them. Small square bales. Well, this last round it says averaged almost 94, so that's good. It's good sign of things to come here. So we've got a round and a half maybe left to do over here, and we'll wrap up this first field. We're 20 acres into it. I think there's 22 or 23 in this field.
We got one more row, 2 more rows.
2 more rows, I think.
What does he need?
All right. What does Ben need all the bales for? He sells them to people. They use them for bedding, for livestock, for pigs and horses and cows. They use it for mulch.
And for chicken?
Yeah, maybe for chickens. They use it for mulch, for landscaping, where they're doing roads and planting grass and then putting straw on top of it, all that kind of stuff. We're done. We're done.
With this field?
With this field, yeah.
So Ben's got to follow, well, his workers got to follow us.
Well, they can finish baling here tonight. They can work here for, it's going to take us a little while to get moved. I think we are going to go to the next field. It is, what time is it? I got a clock somewhere. 6 o'clock, 6:11. So we've got time. We can go open up the next field, and then we can hopefully finish it tomorrow. They can get a bunch of straw baled, and maybe even get some beans planted tomorrow. We'll see how things go. So I have no idea, none whatsoever, whether our combine is accurate, whether our grain cart is accurate, until we can get a calibration load done with the cart. It's going to be real hard to get accurate yield weight numbers. It says 81 for the field, which I'm happy with. I'll take that. The cart, I know when we unloaded it or when I checked it before, was reading higher than the combine. So if the cart is accurate, the yield was actually better than 81 by a fair bit. If the cart is not accurate, we're who knows? Maybe the combine is more accurate than the cart. I don't know, and we won't know that, like I said, until we can unload into a truck, take that truck to town, and weigh it. So Phil put that first load in the dryer bin, but his tester said 14.1 and 14.3, and we had a 15.3 average, so we might be able to take a point of moisture out correction in our combine, which will make the yield a little bit better too. So all of that is good. That's good. It's drier than I would have thought. We should have started 3 hours before we did. Oh well. Real quick, we got to get our daily orange corn update. It's not very orange anymore. Look at all of this. That is all, let's see. We're an hour and a half late today, but 3 days. 3 days, so what's that, 72 hours? 73? That's crazy amount of growth. Looks really good. Nice. Okay, we'll go check our beans real quick. Keep combining. All right, the beans. They're not handling the orange, although that one didn't get painted. Let's see, where's my growing points? Right there's one. We've got some green there. We've got a bunch of green growing in there. Overall, they don't look too bad. Right here's the other one. I'm trying to get a good spot to show you. There we go. That one's got a lot of growth. Nice. Not bad. They're growing. Item number 2 with the baling crew, the Baron, to make the bundles. Dad's back from Berkey. He's going to help us move. We got the grain cart empty, the combine's empty. Phil's empty in the truck right now. Great. Brayson stole Grandpa's dirty hat. Look over there, Brayson. Oh, look at it. It's so dirty. Give it back to him.
No, Grandpa.
Give it back to him. Yeah. Anyway, we're moving. Grandpa's getting the bean head. We're taking the combine to the next field. One of the neighbors working here, they got 2 combines out with new honeybee drapers on. I didn't
And
show
they
them.
got a big grain cart.
Didn't film it for quick enough to catch that first one, but
Take that grain cart in the mud.
take it in the mud.
Got my
Ah, what happened to their one with tracks? They had a combine or a grain cart with tracks on it before. Yep, that's a big one.
Not have been that.
That's a big combine head.
They always.
All right, we are combining again. We're working on some end rows here along the front of this field. This is the field where we pulled the hand sample a couple of days ago that was 21%. It says 13.9 now. I did take a point of moisture correction out, so this would read a point wetter from the last compared to the last field, but it was probably more accurate to our tester, so that's good. So far, the yield's starting off a little bit better for doing end rows. That's good. This is the field where we did a lot of our Ag Explore product strips. We put a lot of stuff on here right in the middle of this field to try and push the yield. So it'll be interesting to see whether we see any differences or not there. So yeah, that's what we've got going on here. Phil was going to bring a truck in a little bit. I'm not convinced we can make rounds. I'm certainly not convinced we can get down to the other end, do some end rows, and come back. But we'll do what we have to do to keep moving here. Probably only going to run 2 truckloads tonight would be my guess. We'll see how we do. Making the first pass along the side here. That is the neighbor's wheat, actually the same neighbor that we just drove past on the way here. Yeah, this looks really good. It's a darn shame. I mean, 100 bushel wheat's nothing to complain about, right? That's our instant. That's really good. But man, if we would have gotten some rain in the middle of May when this stuff was pollinating and filling heads, kernels, we could have had the best wheat we've ever had by a long shot. It's all right, we're good. We got the end rows in the back done. We're gonna make a pass right through the middle of the field here, although we picked a pass with sprayer tracks, but this would have gotten our heavy dose of all the goodies and treatment and stuff. So we'll see what kind of yield we can kick out here. Hopefully it's really good wheat. It's sort of looking like this field might make 90, maybe. We're not there yet, but we're well over 80 average. So by the time you take the ends out and get through the middle of the field, it should be good. Again, that's all unverified. We have no idea if we're accurate or not. But this combine does have John Deere's active yield. It's supposed to be accurate. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. What happened there? It's not good for the old average. Oh well. It's going pretty well. We got one loaded truck. Phil's taking back. We're going to load the cart and then call it a night. So a couple more rounds. All right, I don't know if we're quite going to have a full grain cart here, but it is 9:15, 20 after 9. I can tell it's starting to get tough. The sun's going down. Okay. And my loss, I'm struggling. I'm slowing down and struggling to keep that loss down. So it's starting to get tough. When the dew sets in and the plants start to get moist, it gets really hard to thresh the grain out of the heads. And so I think that's it. Plus my rides here. We had a really good day for day one of wheat harvest. We did almost exactly the same amount in this field as we did in that first field, 21.6 acres. And so we are, what's that, like a 43 acre day. That's good. We'll take that. Tomorrow we should be able to get more done. There's got to be around 65 left in this field. We should be able to finish that fairly easily. I don't know about going anywhere after that. Tomorrow also may be the day that my wide drops show up. The Haggy with the wide drops is supposed to come tomorrow late afternoon, evening. So we're going to plan on that. Hopefully Dad will run combine for us later in the day. Brock's going to be here to run carts. We got all kinds of stuff that's going to be happening tomorrow. So this video is probably long enough. Tomorrow's will probably be longer. Also, you may get a live stream tomorrow afternoon because this is a good field to do it in. Big open field, good cell service. Yeah, that's probably going to happen. So pay attention for that. And yeah, we'll head back to the farm here. I'll drive out here and check on the baling crew. They do not waste any time. They got this whole field baled up, brought the Baron in, and I think he's done. He's not done. But he's got 2/3 of the field bundled, they'll come in tomorrow morning and pick them up. Hope it doesn't rain tonight. It's not supposed to, so. Impressive, and they're getting a ton of straw off of this. It sounds like, well, they don't have it all bundled up yet. I don't have a full count on how many bales they got on them, that 21 acres or 22 acres there, but it sounds like it's going over 100 bale to the acre. That's a lot of straw. So anyway, they're going to hit it hard tomorrow chasing us. We're going to hit it hard combining, and we're going to have a good day. So thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe. You don't want to miss any of these weed harvest videos. It's going to be good stuff. So we will see you tomorrow. Like I said, look for a live stream, and it's going to be a long video. So I'm just warning you now.